It has been a wild day number one of the 86th annual NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Already on day one at Hobart Detter Field, we've seen two run games, one going extra innings, and now we get set for game number 5 of this 13-team doubling elimination tournament. It is the Houston, Texas Express and the Liberal Kansas BJ. Steve Carpenter with you on the YouTube stream tonight. Thank you for joining us so much. Again, a wild afternoon of baseball. Earlier today in 10 innings, the Colorado Cyclones rallied to defeat the Hattiesburg Black Sox 5-4 in 10 innings. And then the Rose Hill Sluggers got way down but made it interesting. And they fell to the Denver Cougars 6-5. And now it's one of the NBC Blue Bloods, the Liberal BJs, getting set to take on the Houston Express. The BJs in the modern NBC Woodbat era, their 16th appearance. Overall, this program has produced 5 national championships, 10 national runners-up, a multitude of MLB players, and it's one of the traditional powers of the NBC World Series. They take on, the BJs coming with a record of 20-7. Normally a member of the Kansas Collegiate Baseball League, but with the KCLB shutting down because of COVID-19, the BJs, for the first time in eons, were an independent team, and they were 20-7 overall. The Houston Express, they also received an at-large bid out of the Houston Collegiate Summer League. They are 15-9 coming into this one. And they will be the visiting team. Liberal will have the last at-bat. Still waiting for the umpires, and in fact, they're just making their way onto the field. Let's get you the starting lineups for this one. First for the Houston Express, whose head coach is Robert Van Nieuwenhuizen. Leading off for the Express is the second baseman, Miles Jefferson. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Gales Devon. Batting third will be the third baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. Batting cleanup and playing first base, Andrew Palsy. Parker DeLeon bats fifth and is the Express shortstop. Court Costco will patrol right field and bat sixth. Julian Rojas is the catcher. He bats seventh in the Express lineup. Nick Labby is the designated hitter, batting eighth. And Kyle Meester, center fielder, bats ninth. Brad Wilcott will start on the mound for the Express. So for Houston, it is Jefferson, Devon, Gonzalez, Palsy, DeLeon, Costco, Rojas, Labby, Meester, and Brad Wilcott on the mound. The BJs will line up with Caden Trinkle playing center field and leading it off. Right fielder Jack Malone will bat second. Batting third for the BJs will be the catcher, Cade Brewer. Cade Ward bats fourth and is at first base. Wyatt Grant is the designated hitter, batting fifth. Tyler DeLong, a pickup for the World Series for the BJs. He bats sixth and is again at third base. Aiden Shepardson will bat seventh and is the shortstop. Batting eighth is the left fielder, A.J. Foles. And Nate White will bat ninth and plays second base. Aaron Funk is your starting pitcher for the BJs. It's Trinkle, Malone, Brewer, Ward, Grant, DeLong, Shepardson, Foles, and White, and Aaron Funk on the mound. We're going to take a quick break as the teams are getting ready to take the field. We'll take this one break here from the NBC World Series. Welcome back to Hobart Detter Field. Home in the spring to the Hutchinson Community College Blue Dragons and the Hutchinson High School Salthawks. in the summer. It is home to the Hutchinson Monarchs, a tournament participant. They will be here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock to take on the winner of this game. Again, that's scheduled for 6. There's also a 3 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon, followed by an 8:30 p.m. contest. Before we get too far, your umpires for this one, they've had a long day already. This will be the third game they've worked. At third base will be Travis Olson. At first base, Randy Carl. And Lance Vaughn will work behind the dish. So it's the 15-9 Express, the 20-7 BJs. And there is one player for the BJs very familiar with Hobart Detter Field, and it's their new third baseman, Tyler Delong. Tyler is a Hutchinson Blue Dragon, played his summer season in the Sunflower Collegiate League with the Derby Twins, and the BJs picked him up for their World Series run. 16 years since NBC went to the Wood Bat. The BJs have put together a 57-31 record. Their last championship was 10 years ago. They have won national championships in 1968, 79, 85, 2000, and 2010. They were national runner-up 5 years ago, and they have been national runner-up 7 times. So it's a tried-and-true program in Liberal. More than 60 major leaguers, 3 NBC Hall of Famers in Mike Hargrove, Bob Serve, and Bob Carlisle. The BJs taking the field. This ought to be a dandy. This game was scheduled for 8:30, but the new NBC extra inning rules, the international tiebreaker, was put into effect right away. And the Colorado Cyclones defeated the Hattiesburg Black Sox 5-4, coming back from 3 runs down after a half. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth without the benefit of a hit. There were 5 walks, a balk, and a hit batsman that forced extra innings, and ultimately the Cyclones did their thing and won to advance in this 13-team double elimination tournament. So we're getting set to go. It is... We're going to be roughly an hour, a little short of 2 hours behind. If you didn't join us for the first 2 broadcasts, the dimensions of Hobart Detter Field, if you're not used to this venerable 92-year-old ballpark in the south end of Hutchinson, Kansas, 330 down the lines, 380 to the left and right field power alleys, and 397 to dead center. Very similar to the dimensions of X Stadium in Wichita. We will be here the first 4 days of the NBC World Series powered by Evergy. And the entire scene for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Championship Monday will be at X Stadium in Wichita. All the broadcasts for you here, both myself and Frank Martinez has the first couple of days. Then Frank will shift his operation down to Wichita. I'll move over to the PA side. We'll have somebody else handling the streams up here. And we're about set to go. The Express and the BJs from Hobart Detter Field in Hutchinson, Kansas. There we go. Miles Jefferson will lead it off for the Express. I don't have any stats from the summer season. Again, with COVID-19, not everybody was updating websites and everything. But here we go. Miles Jefferson to face Aaron Funk. And here we go. First pitch is fisted foul off to the right. First pitch coming at 10:25 p.m. Aaron Funk. Out of Lawrence, Kansas, pitches for the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. He's a junior. 2-0 with a 2.01 ERA for Arkansas Little Rock in 4 starts. 17 innings pitched, and he had 37 strikeouts, so he's definitely a power pitcher. That pitch off the glove of K. Brewer, the catcher, and it's 1-1. Let's set the Liberal defense for you. A.J. Foles in left, Caden Trinkle in center, Jack Malone in right for the BJs. Tyler DeLong at third, Aiden Shepardson at short, Nate White at second, Cade Ward at first, Cade Brewer behind the plate, and Aaron Funk the pitcher. There's a called strike to Jefferson. The count now 1-2 strikes. Miles Jefferson out of Katy, Texas, plays sophomore year at Odessa College. He has 10 stolen bases for the spring season. He's a 368 hitter in 23 games. Fouls that one back to the screen. And it remains 1-2 strikes. Hayes Larks down in Wichita have moved on. They were the 6 o'clock game. They defeated the Kansas City All-Stars 10-0 in a run roll contest. So 2 games going simultaneously in the NBC World Series. The 1-2 pitch from Funk to Jefferson. The big righty into the line, the pitch. Breaking pitch, called strike 3. Dandy pitch, one away. That'll bring up the left fielder, Gales Devon. Gales Devon out of Magnolia, Alaska, plays his ball at Colorado State Pueblo, a Division II program. He's a junior. 8 games, 458 average with 11 hits, 1 home run, and 9 RBIs for Devon at CSU Pueblo. Funk misses outside, 1-0 the count. The Express making their 3rd appearance, 2-4 record all time in the NBC, and 1 top 10 finish. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So Aaron Funk throwing the juice early on. It's a cool evening in Hutchinson. 69 degrees at first pitch. Winds out of the south at 3. When was the last time you heard a temperature of 69 degrees in central Kansas on August 3rd? 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, 1-2. And after an incredibly hot July, it cooled off right at the end. Hutchinson's now had 4 tremendous days of fall-like weather. It's going to warm up as the weekend goes, but the 4 days here in Hutchinson ought to be spectacular. 1-2 from Funk. Fastball. High foul off to the left. Headed toward the Arkansas River. And it is 1-2 strikes to Gates Devon. The winner of this game will play the Hutchinson Monarchs here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of Brewer. It's a strikeout. And there's 2 away. 2 straight strikeouts for Funk, and that'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. Gonzalez out of Houston, Texas, plays for Houston Baptist University. He's one of the older players on this team. Actually graduated from Houston Baptist in 2001. So 2 batters face for Funk, 2 strikeouts. Bases empty, 2 away, top of the 1st, the pitch. Took something off of it. Gonzalez swings through it for strike 1. 2 1-run games here at Hobart Detterfield. Not the first time this venerable old ballpark has hosted an NBC game. You have to go back almost 20-some-odd years. There's a high chop to third. Charging is DeLong. He fields, throws, and it's a very easy 1-2-3 inning and 12 pitches for Aaron Funk. So after a half inning, it's the Houston Express nothing, the Liberal BJs coming up. 6'4", 215-pound right-hander Brad Wilcott draws the start for the Houston Express in Game 1 of their NBC World Series run out of Friendswood, Texas, pitching for Alvin Community College. Just completed his freshman year. He will be a sophomore coming up, but he gets that year back because of the COVID-19 pandemic. At Alvin, Wilcott put together a record of 1-1 with a 5.40 ERA. In 4 appearances, he pitched 10 innings and struck out 14. Again, I don't have any complete summer numbers on these teams. Teams not posting them. Caden Trinkle, Jack Malone, and Cade Brewer will lead it off for the BJs. Brock Kappelman, my good friend and BJ's radio play-by-play voice, we were talking before the game. This is the first time the BJs have played here at Hobart Detter Field since the mid-1980s when the Hutch Bronx called this great old ballpark home. So here we go. Caden Trinkle to lead it off. Hitting from the left side. Trinkle out of Oklahoma State University. And Wilcott starts him off with a fastball strike. At Oklahoma State, the Hillsboro, Texas product, hit .333 with 23 hits, 3 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs in 18 games. He also stole 3 bases. Count 1-1 now to Trinkle. Laid on a fastball, and it's 1-2. Pitch. Just a little bit inside, 2-2 to Trinkle. Hit, Glenn. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Pitch is in the dirt. The catcher, Rojas, will pour it down to complete the out. So 1 away. Now Jack Malone. Jack Malone out of the Phoenix, Arizona area, playing at Point Loma Nazarene University. He's a freshman. Didn't get many at-bats in the spring season. 0 for 4 in 5 games. There's the 0-1 from Wilcott. Breaking pitch outside, and it's a ball and a strike. We'll set the Express defense here for you momentarily. 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, a high fastball, and it's 1-2. Gales Devon in left field for the Express. Kyle Meister in center. Court Costco in right. That's the outfield left to right. Infield in a moment. The 1-2 pitch to Malone. Strike him out. Got him swinging. So just like Aaron Funk in the first, Malone strikes out the first 2 he faces, and that'll bring up the catcher, Cade Brewer. Cade Brewer, Sherman, Texas product, Hill College, junior college product, the sophomore. .333 average for Hill with 26 hits. Hit 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. And breaking pitch misses away and back to the screen for ball 1. The wind in the 1-0. Outside and a little bit low, 2-0. The Liberal BJs used to be a member of the vaunted Jayhawk League, which was together for many years. Hutch Brock used to be in that. Pitches foul back over the press box. And it's 2-1. The Jayhawk, for many years, one of the dominant leagues in the NBC. Hayes Larks. Of course, the BJs, the Bronx back in the early to mid-'80s. The Elkhart Dusters. The pitch. It's grounded up the middle. It's going to skitter through for a base hit. Wilcott tried to field it with his bare hand. Thought wisely of it. It may have clipped him a little bit, but he looks to be okay. So Brewer on with a 2-out single up the middle. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Cade Ward. Cade Ward, a rival of Hutchinson Community College, playing for Seward County. He just completed his freshman year. Or check that, he played at Seward, and now he's at Lubbock Christian. That ball gets past the catcher, and then Brewer moves up to second. And a wild pitch. So the BJs have a runner in scoring position. Again, all this with 2 out. So Wilcott back on the mound, comes set out of the stretch. Checks Brewer, taking the pitch. A little bit high for a ball. 2-0. Once again, Wilcott comes set and delivers. That one's laced to right field, drifting back is Costco. It's over his head into the wall. Brewer will score easily, and the BJs are on the board. Back-to-back 2-out hits, and Cade Ward delivers an RBI double, and the BJs lead it 1-0. So, again, we saw it earlier this afternoon, 2-out trouble by the Hattiesburg Black Sox, or by the Colorado Cyclones. This time, Cade Brewer singles with 2 out, then Cade Ward lashes a double and scores by way of the wild pitch. So now it's the designated hitter, Wyatt Grant. That wild pitch put Brewer into scoring position, then scored on Ward's double. So 1-0 BJs. Pitch in the dirt. Another good stop by Julian Rojas. All of a sudden, Brad Wilcott finding his command. He looked impressive in striking out Tranquil and Malone. And he's having some issues getting out of this first inning. BJ's on top 1-0. The pitch. A little bit low, 2-0. Going to be a late night at Hobart Deader tonight. Grant calls for time, and it's granted. Now he climbs back aboard. Now the 2-0. Foul tipped into the glove of Julian Rojas, and it's 2-1. Wyatt Grant plays for Seward County. Hit .377 in the spring season with 26 hits, 19 games for the Saints. 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Good cut by Grant. Now it's 2-2. This is the 5th anniversary of Liberal's last trip to the NBC championship game. And while that was a great run, it was also a very dubious year. This is also the 5th anniversary of one of their bat boys getting hurt. We're going to finish that story after the break as Grant goes down on strikes. The BJs get a run on 2 hits, all coming with 2 outs. And after 1, it's Liberal 1 and Houston 0. 1-0 BJs over the Houston Express after one inning here at Hobart Detter Field. It will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Express to face pitcher Aaron Funk. We finished that story, talk about the Liberal BJs finishing as national runner-up 5 years ago. Kaiser Carlisle was a bat boy on that team, and he was going out in their BJ's opening round game at Old Lawrence Dumont Stadium, and he was clipped by a bat and later passed away. It was a very emotional run for the BJ's in 2015, and everybody around here still remembers Kaiser Carlisle. The Monarchs have done several different fundraisers for him and the Carlisle family, and we thought it'd be prudent that we mention Kaiser on this 5th anniversary of his death. And believe me, the BJ's still carry a heavy heart because of bat boy Kaiser Carlisle. Top of the second rolls around. Andrew Palsy fouls one off to the left. 2 strikeouts in that opening inning for Aaron Funk. The 0-1. On sky to shallow center. In comes Trinkle. That goes White and Shepherdson. It's the shortstop Shepherdson who falls on his hindquarters to make the catch. So 1 away, 4 in a row retired by Funk, and that'll bring up the shortstop Parker DeLeon. It's out of Texas Southern University. And the first pitch is high tight, ball 1. My phone is set to go off pretty much with every notification with all my teams, including my hockey team, the Chicago Blackhawks. So if you hear some weird noises, it's just my phone. Swinging a miss by DeLeon, and it's 1-1. And the winner of this game gets the Hutchinson Monarchs tomorrow at 6. 1-1 pitch. Good fastball from Funk over the outside corner at the knees, and it's 1-2. We talked earlier about City of Hutchinson and this ballpark being tied to the NBC. We mentioned the Hutch Bronx, but roughly about 20 years ago, when the NBC was 54-team double elimination tournament, and they had baseball around the clock. 1-2 pitch. Off the plate wide, 2-2. They brought, for a couple of years, some overflow losers bracket games into Hobart Detter, and they played baseball around the clock here as well. And that was always a fun weekend. I got to bring my boys out. And at the time, I was the sports editor of the Hutchinson News, and one of the more unique things happened. There's a breaking pitch from Funk that just misses, and DeLeon runs the count full. Team from San Diego was playing. They took I can't remember who they were playing, but they were leading by 1 run going into the 9th. And their left fielder totally botched a ball, and the game turned around on that, and that San Diego team ended up losing by 6 or 7 runs. Little fist foul off to the right. Cade Ward can't chase it down. Good pitch from Funk. Well, after that left fielder botched the play, his coach from the first base dugout never let up on him, screaming his head off at him. And finally, the left fielder had enough. He threw his glove down, took his uniform off right there in left field, climbed the bullpen fence and out the back gate at Hobart Detter Field, and we never saw him again. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 away. 5 in a row retired by Funk, 3 by strikeout. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Court Costco. Costco, a Houston product, going to Alvin Community College. He's a sophomore. Only played in 4 games for Alvin this year, was 1 for 5. So didn't get many at-bats. Breaking pitch over the inner half for a strike. 22 pitches for Funk, 17 in the zone. The first two games you've seen today have had a lot of pitches in them. 0-1. Another breaking pitch. This one misses the outer half by a shade. It's 1-1. Talk about the Hutch Bronx. So many memorable players from that early to mid 1980 period played here. Nelson Hobart, the team owner and general manager, really had some ties. I'm going to drop some names on you. Pitch misses, I believe, and it's 2-1. Oh, it was check swing, foul on 1-2. My apologies. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Pete Incaviglia, Pete O'Brien, just name a few. Some tremendous talent from those Bronx teams. The pitch, cued off the end of the bat, foul and stays 1-2 strikes. In fact, that thing shot out off the backstop and out onto the field of play. And that ball I'm sure will be tossed out. And the 1984 Bronx played host to the 1984 U.S. Olympic baseball team. Some guy by the name of Mark McGuire was on that team. So those are some fun times here at Hobart Detter Field back in the early to mid 80s. 1-2 pitch. That one's lined to left and down for a hit in front of A.J. Foles. He will play it on a couple hops, pour it back in, throws a little bit wild, but the first baseman, Cade Ward, backing up the play. It's the first hit for the Express, and it stops a run of 5 in a row retired. And now the catcher, Julian Rojas. Got to be a lot of moisture out on that grass. There's been a lot of rain in Hutchinson. In fact, last Wednesday, we had the Monarchs going here against the SCL Sunflower Seeds, and the gully washer rolled in and suspended a game. Buck's pitch out of the stretch for the first time, swung on a miss on a high fastball by Rojas. So the outfielder's going to have to be cognizant of that fact. Rolling ball is going to pick up a lot of moisture. Rojas, Humboldt, Texas native, Alvin Community College. A lot of players from the Alvin program on this team. There's a strike, and it's 0-2. Rojas in 15 games at .271 with a home run, with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Also had a double. 0-2 the count to Rojas. Aaron Funk looks in, out of the stretch, delivers. Breaking pitch, tap, foul along first. It will stay foul, and it remains no balls and 2 strikes to the Express catcher. The Express, one of a couple of teams from Texas to make the trip into South Central Kansas for the World Series. Breaking pitch just off the plate. Good miss on 0-2. Dandy pitch from Funk. He is pitching on his terms right now, is Aaron Funk. BJ's up 1-0 here in the second inning. The big right-hander fires, and that's popped a mile high up into the infield. Delong and Funk, and now the catcher, but it's Tyler Delong, the third baseman, making the catch, and the Express is done in the second. No runs, a hit, 1 left after an inning and a half. It's the Liberal Blue Jays 1, and the Houston Express 0. MedZone is the official hand sanitizer of the NBC World Series. MedZone supplied all teams and coaches in this year's World Series filled with swag bag of sports medicine products. MedZone is proud to be a supporter of college baseball and the NBC World Series. To learn more, go to www.medzone.net. Steve Carpenter, Glenn Grunwald back with you at Hobart Detterfield. And what's getting to be a late night. Final one of 3 to be played here on day number 1 of the NBC World Series powered by Evergy. It'll be Tyler DeLong, Aiden Shepardson, and A.J. Foles, 6, 7, 8 in the BJ's order. Tyler DeLong plays his spring bowl right here at Hobart Detterfield for the Hutchinson Blue Dragons. He's a pickup by the BJ's, played for the Derby Twins. He's an SCL All-Star. He also played it or hit in the Home Run Derby. And he was an All-Star for the Twins. Lines this one into center field for a hit. So DeLong aboard to start the second for the BJ's. Now the shortstop Aiden Shepardson. Shepardson, a product of Round Rock, Texas, playing for Central Michigan University. He's a junior. 13 games for Central Michigan, 227 average. He had 10 hits, including a double, 10 RBIs. Very rarely do you see somebody from Texas head north to play baseball. But Shepardson did, and he takes ball 1. DeLong away from first, the pitch. Foul back. BJ's very aggressive swinging. They've always been that way. And this is BJ's program, one of the blue bloods of the National Baseball Congress. 5 national championships to their credit, their last in 2010. DeLong away from first, the pitch. Great pitch on the outside corner at the knees, and Shepardson down on the count of ball and 2 strikes to Brad Wilcott. Wilcott struck out his first 2 batters and then allowed a single to Brewer. A wild pitch moved him up to second, and Cade Ward delivered a double to the right center field gap, and it complete the only tally thus far. The pitch. Breaking pitch in the dirt, smothered by Julian Rojas. And once again, let's set the Express defense. Gales Devon in left, Kyle Meister in center, Court Costco in right. Jacob Gonzalez is at third. Parker De Leon to shortstop. Miles Jefferson at second. The pitch. High fastball fouled right back to the screen. Crowd mic probably picked up the thud off of that net. That's right in front of us. Andrew Palsy at first for the Express. Julian Rojas behind the plate. And the pitcher is Brad Wilcott. Day number 1. We figure we might be close to beating. And runner goes. There's a hot shot, foul past third. So the hit and run was on, but DeLong will return to first base. We're talking about DeLong playing with the Derby Twins. 342 average this summer with 39 hits, 9 home runs, which was second in the Sunflower Collegiate League, and 41 RBIs. He hit .312 as a Blue Dragon in the spring before that season. That ripped to center field for a hit. DeLong will put the brakes on at second. It's now 4 hits for the BJ's and back-to-back singles to start the second. 2 line drive shots, first by DeLong, second by Shepardson. And now it's the 8-hole hitter in the BJ lineup, left fielder A.J. Foles. Foles also playing his college ball at Seward County, Amarillo, Texas product. A lot of Amarillo talent gets up to the Liberal and plays for the Saints. The pitch. Downstairs. It's blocked and kept in front by Rojas. Wilcott, despite giving up the 2 hits, struck out the side in the first. He could use a punch out here. working himself into a little bit of trouble. Shepherdson not being held on. The first baseman Palsy playing in front of him, looking bunt. With the left-handed hitting Foles up the pitch. Ground ball to second. Jefferson to second for one. And then on the transfer, the ball is dropped. So Shepherdson's retired on the fielder's choice. Delong goes to third, and the BJs have runners at the corners and one out. Excuse me. Now Nate White, the second baseman, comes up with an RBI opportunity. The BJ's up 1-0. Runners at the corners, one out. Wilcott coming set. The pitch. Good backhanded stop. Now a snap throw to first as Foles was straying. He scrambles back in safely. And it's ball one to White. Nate White, Texas A&M Corpus Christi freshman. Hit .231 his freshman year, 12 games, 3 stolen bases, had 1 RBI. Pitch popped up behind the bag at first. And it's Andrew Palsy making the catch for a big out number 2. The catch made in foul territory. Now it's runners at the corners 2 away, but it's back to the top of the order. And Caden Trinkle, the center fielder. Trinkle, sophomore at Oklahoma State. Had a .387 on base percentage for the Pokes. 18 games, .333 average of 23 hits. Drove 3 out of the park. Laid on that offering from Wilcott, and it's 0-1. Trinkle struck out his first time. Went down swinging. Lefty-righty matchup. BJ's trying to come up with a 2-out knock here to extend a 1-0 lead. The pitch. Pass misses just inside, and it's 1-1. Took something off of it. Had a little late movement, just missed inside. Was at the knees, but now it's 1-1 the count to Caden Trinkle. The pitch. That one misses low, 2-1. Get action here today, day number 1 of the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Colorado Cyclones defeated the Hattiesburg Black Sox 5-4 in 10 innings. The Denver Cougars held on to defeat the Rose Hill Sluggers 6-5. Ground ball deep short. They go to second, not in time. A run will score. Oh, they called him out. Oh, my. A late call by the umpire. The force is called and no run scores. Wow, bang, bang play. And now the Express get the benefit of that one. That was a tough one. And if you're a BJ's fan, De Leon went to his right in the hole, made the flip to second. Jefferson was there, and they say the out was recorded. The run does not score. And we've completed 2 here at Hutchinson. BJ's 1, Express nothing. Well, right now, Liberal BJ's fans has third base umpire Travis Olson about in the same category as Cardinal fans have Don Dakinger. Well, we saw up here, bang, bang play at second, goes the Express way to end the inning. So the Express get off the hook. And after 2, it's the BJ's 1 and the Express nothing. Houston comes up 8-9-1 here in the third to face Aaron Funk. Nick Lobby, the designated hitter, steps in. From my vantage point, it looked, for all intents and purposes, the BJ runner was safe, especially because the shortstop, Parker De Leon, had to go to his right deep in the hole to make the play before he ever got the throw off. Pitch outside the Lobby. Is Lobby, Meister, and the top of the order, Jefferson, due up here in the third for the Express. Righty-righty matchup. Lobby, a Texas Wesleyan University product. Hometown New Orleans. There's a strike, and it's 1-1 to Lobby. The BJs couldn't throw the challenge flag on that one. I think they would have loved to. We're not going to belabor the point too much longer. It's past us now. We move on. 1-1 pitch. Funk just blows a high fastball past Lobby, and it's now 1-2. So the Express designated hitter hitting in the 8th slot tonight. Outfield straight away. Left fielder A.J. Foles deep and left. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, inside corner, 1 away. 4 strikeouts now for Funk. He's retired 7 of the first 8 he's faced. Court Costco with the only tally against him, a 2-out single in the second. Now the center fielder, Kyle Meister. Meister from Pearland, Texas, plays at Marshall University. He's a freshman. 875 pounds and takes a called strike. It's always interesting to see how the team that has the call like that go against him, how they respond. So far, very positive for Aaron Funk. Big righty kicks and fires. It's a bunt along first, but foul. And it's 0-2. 37 pitches through 2 1/3 innings now for Funk. 29 for strikes. So he has command of his stuff. Seen a lively fastball, a nice little change, and a curveball. Meister awaits the 0-2 from Aaron Funk. Here it is. Over but low, 1-2. If you're a devotee of the NBC World Series, late nights are no big deal. This being a 13-team double elimination tournament because of COVID-19. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the third. 5 strikeouts now for Funk, and it's back to the top of the order and second baseman Miles Jefferson. He took a called third to lead off the game. Jefferson, 23 games at Odessa College, again hitting .368, had 25 hits, 13 RBIs. Don't have any summer numbers for both teams. We'll try to alleviate that as the tournament goes on. This tournament has been as big as 54 to 56 teams in a double elimination format. Over the last 3 or 4 years, they've gone to pool play. Had basically, in essence, 2 separate tournaments. Fouled the plate by Jefferson at a 1-1. They had opening week where some of the smaller teams would qualify. They would be pool play, and then the 4 winners of the pools would play to advance the championship week. The top 2 teams out of week 1 would move into championship week, and it would be a 16-team 4-pool game, and then that would set the bracket for the championship run. Breaking pitch from Funk and Beauty, and it's 1-2. A neat format, but with all the teams not able to play or just make it because of financial reasons. Seattle Studs were like that. The teams from Alaska's league like that. That pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Cade Brewer. Now it's 2-2 to Miles Jefferson. It wasn't until early last week that Santa Barbara, the Forsters, another one of the NBC Blue Bloods, didn't know they were coming, but they finally got some financial backing and flew in to Wichita instead of having to drive through some COVID hotspots like through Arizona. 2-2 from Funk. That one's laced to right field, but right at Malone. He grabs it, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the third for Aaron Funk. 10 faced, 9 retired. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Liberal BJs 1, the Houston Express nothing. Hey, Armed Forces people, listen up. You can get a free night of baseball tomorrow night. Armed Forces Night, sponsored by LT Care Solutions, will be tomorrow night at the NBC World Series. Of course, tomorrow night, August 4th. All past and current service members receive free admission, both here at Hobart, Detterfield, and Hutchinson, and at X Stadium in Wichita with their military ID. So please partake in some great baseball. It'll be day 2 of the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. But it is Armed Forces Night with the NBC. Free admission to current and past members at both ballparks with military ID. Steve Carpenter back with you. Glenn Grunwald running the stream tonight. Had to make a late switch on the stream link. We had some issues with the computer. So Glenn was able to get some things done, and we're on. And we're very grateful to him. So it's Malone, Brewer, and Ward here in the BJ's third. Liberal leading the Houston Express 1-0. Right fielder Jack Malone takes inside ball 1. Malone struck out his first time. Brad Wilcott threw 2 innings. 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run with 3 strikeouts, no walks, 1 wild pitch, 39 pitches entering the third inning. Pitch popped up, foul off to the left. And it's 1-1. 1 run, 4 hits for the BJs. No runs, 1 hit for the Express. Neither team has committed an error. Wilcott winds and fires the 1-1. Over but low for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Good crowds here today in Hutchinson, especially for the Rose Hill game. Very energetic crowd down below us. Mostly BJ fans. Breaking pitch just misses low, and it's 3-1 to Malone. Our vantage point is up over the crowd here at Hobart Detterfield, so we can't see the grandstands underneath of us. Low ball 4. Malone draws a leadoff walk to start the third. And it'll be the catcher, Cade Brewer. Brewer started that 2-out uprising with a base hit. He then took second on a wild pitch and scored on Cade Ward's gapper to right center. I think he would have scored from first, even if it weren't for the wild pitch. That train you here, you might be able to see crossing over the left field wall. Breaking pitch from Wilcott is swung through and missed by Brewer, strike 1. If this were a Blue Dragon game, we call that the rally train. The pitch. Fastball inside. The legend of the rally train grew in 2002. The Blue Dragons were playing a regular season game against Dodge City here. First two batters of that inning for the Blue Dragons both struck out. And just as the third at bat, there's a strike from Wilcott to Brewer, and it's 1-2. Just as the third at bat started, the rally train rolled through on the tracks over the left field wall, and Hutchinson went on to score 10 runs with 2 outs. Thus, the legend of the rally train began. Swing and a miss. Brewer down on strikes for out number 2. It is now 4 strikeouts for Wilcott. First out of the inning, and that'll bring up Cade Ward, the first baseman. The train I'm referring to, you really can't see it here at night, but it crosses the Arkansas River from South Hutch. And that bridge it crosses over the river as a Class 2 runner goes, pitches low, the throw down is in time, but the runner beats the tag. It's a heck of a dig by the shortstop, Parker Delong. So it's a stolen base for Malone. And the BJs have a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs and a 1-0 count to Cade Ward. 2 years Ward devastated Blue Dragon pitching during his spring games here. Now he's up in the count 2-0 on a breaking pitch that misses low. But that bridge that crosses the river is basically considered what they call a Class B bridge. You can't go over more than 10 miles per hour. Breaking pitch, a dandy from Wilcott, a strike called, and it's 2-1 to Cade Ward. And that train runs right through the heart of Cary Park. Two-one pitch. Pitch misses. Another breaking ball. So Wilcott pitching carefully to Ward, really hasn't come at him with the hard stuff. He drove that right center field gap with that double in the first on a fastball, belt high, middle away. So Ward ahead in the count, 3-1. He can afford to be choosy. Now time momentarily called. BJ's with 4 hits to the Express's 1. One out here in the bottom of the third. So a long way to go. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. I don't think that Wilcott was willing, with first base open, to give Cade Ward a real decent crack at it. And now he'll go to work against the designated hitter, Wyatt Grant. Grant, a strikeout victim his first time. That walk to Ward also puts the double play back on the table. Malone at second, Ward at first, 2 away. 2 walks in the inning. And they sandwich around a strikeout to Brewer. So now Wilcott. Now up to 53 pitches. First pitch hacking is Grant. He fouls it back. Hobart Dender Field has not looked this nice this late in the year in some time. Off the back of the rubber is Wilcott. He'll reset. 79 degrees at first pitch for the 3 o'clock day. That's unheard of. Breaking pitch misses low and away, and it's 1-1. So Grant has nibbled that outside corner with his breaking pitch. Not having much success here in the third. Pitch count now up to 55, 30 for strikes. 68 degrees now in the Hutchinson area. Just a fabulous evening for baseball. 1-1. He decides to go inside with a curveball and it sweeps in for a strike. Now Wilcott ahead in the count on Grant. A ball and 2 strikes. Very little, if any, wind. The flag in left center field. Just kind of hanging there. Enjoying some baseball. American flag, enjoying the American pastime. One of the NBC World Series powered by Evergy, the 86th edition. What a unique event. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging, 2 away. So now it's going to be up to Tyler Delong, doing his first at bat with the BJ single to center. He was stranded at third. And DeLong should feel very comfortable in this ballpark. He gets his freshman season back as a member of the Hutchinson Blue Dragons. Big cut there by DeLong, and he misses. 0-1. DeLong out of Harrah, Oklahoma. Again, he was a BJ's pickup. Played in the Sunflower Collegiate League for the Derby Twins. Was an SCL All-Star. 0-1 pitch. Took something off of it. Wilcott paints the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2 to DeLong. DeLong will chase a little bit when down on the count. We noticed that from the spring season. He was a much more disciplined hitter as he got some bats with the Twins. Time called. Two runners on, 2 out here in the bottom of the third. BJ's leading 1-0. The pitch. Strike him out swinging on a high fastball. And for the second time in 3 innings, Brad Wilcott strikes out the sign. Couple of walks in the inning, but the BJ strand 2. And after 3 here at Hobart Detter Field, it's the Liberal BJ's 1 and the Houston Express 0. The NBC World Series would like to thank Hutchinson Community College Athletic Director Josh Gooch, head coach Ryan Schmidt, and the entire Hutchinson Community College staff for their assistance in the 86th NBC World Series being played here at Hobart Detter Field. This ballpark's now 92 years old and the home of Blue Dragon baseball, and Hutchinson Community College is very proud to be a part of the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Here's Gase Devon to lead off the fourth for the Express. It's 2-3-4 against Aaron Funk, who has been sharp so far. He's allowed just 1 hit in his first 10 batters faced. Devon struck out swinging his first time. 5 strikeouts for Funk through 3. Only Court Costco has anything against him, a single. There's a strike at the knees, inner half, and it's 0-1. Pitch number 45 for Funk. 34 have been strikes. Lefty-righty matchup. BJ's playing straight away in the outfield. A wind in the 0-1. Checked his swing, the check down, and indeed he does check, and Devon evens the count of the ball on a strike. So pretty good crowd, just out by the parking lot off to our right. 1-1 pitch. Pulled foul outside of first, and Devon down on the count 1-2. Funk retired the Express in the first in order with a pair of strikeouts. Had a strikeout and giving up a hit in the second. Then caught 2 batters looking, and Jefferson lined out to right to end the third. 1-2 pitch, tap foul And Devon stays alive. Again, Devon out of Magnolia. It says Alaska. Playing at CSU Pueblo. He's a junior. Funk taking his time getting the sign. Now he gets what he likes. But Devon steps out and climbs right back in. 1-2 pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. Got the speed gun here at Hobart Deaders. I would guesstimate that Funk throwing in right at about 90. It's a good lively fastball with movement on the back end. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging on a fastball. One away. That's 3 strikeouts in 4 batters for Funk. He now has 6 in the game through 3 1/3. Now the third baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. He grounded out to third baseman Tyler Delong to end the first. Three games here tomorrow at Hobart Detter. Pitch over at low, ball 1. The feature game at 6. The winner of this game taking on the Hutchinson Monarchs. Funk with a very good presence on the mound. He's pitching on his terms. Winding the 1-0. Tipped in the glove of the catcher. It's 1-1. That was the 52nd pitch delivered by Funk. So pitch count right now, really good shape. It took a while for these pitchers. Most of these teams started in the middle of June. High chopper left side. DeLong fields. Can't field on the short, but shortstop does. And he's safe. Shepherdson on the backup where DeLong couldn't get the short hop. He was charging and couldn't come up with a short hop. It was a bang-bang play at first, and they give it an infield single. So Gonzalez 1 for 2, and now the cleanup hitter. And first baseman Andrew Palsy steps in. He flew out to the shortstop in shallow center field to open the second. For just the second time, Funk will pitch out of the stretch. Runner at first, run away here in the 4th. BJ's leading the Express 1-0. Dandy 12-6 curve in for a strike. And it's 0-1. There is action in the Express pen, but the roof I cannot see who's actually warming up actually. Oh, that is full-blown warm-up. There's a swing and a miss. Palsy laid on a Funk fastball, and he's down on the count 0-2. 1-run games so far today here in Hutchinson. We've had the better of the game so far. Hayes beat the Kansas City All-Stars 10-0. Runner goes, and they have the run. It's a high throw down the line. Moving up to second is Gonzalez. He takes the turn. Here comes the throw, and he's safe. So a high pickoff throw from Aaron Funk when they had the runner Gonzalez dead to rights. It's an error on the pitcher Funk, and now the tying run at third base for the Express with 1 out. Nothing into the count to Palsy. So if Funk can get a punch out here, that kind of gives an opportunity to keep the Express off the board. The odds go up. The pitch struck him out swinging on a high fastball. Strikeout number 7. And now a runner at third, 2 away for the shortstop, Parker DeLeon. DeLeon, a strikeout victim. His first time up, went down swinging in the second. So the pressure on catcher Cade Brewer. There's plenty of room from the plate back to the backstop. He can catch every once in a while, catch right, bounce right back. More times than not, the runner will score. Fastball from Funk over at the knees for a strike, 0-1. First time the Express have had a runner to third tonight against Aaron Funk. Out of the stretch, the pitch. Breaking pitch low and outside. Good stop by the catcher Brewer, and it's 1-1. But there's action in both bullpens right now. Actually, the one in the Liberal bullpen has stopped. Straight away in the outfield for DeLeon. Funk's 1-1. This is high, a fastball, 2-1. Gonzalez singled with one out and then went from first to third on an errant pickoff throw by Aaron Funk. Now he's at third base with two away. Funk got Palsy to strike out. 2-1 pitch. Swung through a high fastball, and it's 2-2. So Funk a strike away from getting out of the jam. And the BJ's maintaining a one-run lead. Funk out of the stretch, comes set. Now delivers the 2-2. He really geared up on that fastball. You could hear the grunt, but he misses low and away, and it's a full count to DeLeon. Three and two out to DeLeon. Gonzalez at third. He's the tying run. 1-0 Liberal here, top of the fourth. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging, the inning is over. Aaron Funk strikes out the side and now has 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. And the Express strands the tying run at third. After 3.5 here at Hobart Detter on day one of the 86th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Liberal 1, Houston 0. What an effort by Liberal BJ's pitcher Aaron Funk. 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. He gave up a 1-out single in the top of this inning, then his own doing, an errant pickoff throw, put the potential tying run at third base with 1 out. And then he gears up and strikes out Andrew Palsy and Parker DeLeon, stranding that potential tying run. 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. And now Brad Wilcott will try to keep it even, or keep it out of a 1-run deficit for the Houston Express. He will face the bottom third of the BJ's order here in the bottom of the fourth. Steve Carpenter with you. You're on the NBC channel on YouTube. Been a dandy day one here in Hutchinson. Not just weather-wise, but baseball-wise. 2 one-run games, one going extra innings. So Aiden Shepardson, the BJ shortstop, will lead it off. He has one of the 4 BJ's hits. Cade Ward has the only extra base hit. Wilcott into the wind, the pitch. Strike at the knees. Brad Wilcott through 3 innings. 4 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. 0-1. And on the hands, foul. And it's 0-2. Now 62 pitches for Wilcott. The one run given up was with 2 out. He struck out the first 2 BJs he faced. Brewer singled, moved up to second on a wild pitch, and scored on the Ward double. And that's the only tally to this point. Waste pitch in the dirt to Shepherdson, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to the BJ shortstop. The powder blue, the traditional color of the BJ's the pitch. Another breaking pitch. That one chews up the catcher, Julian Rojas, who's himself kept the Express in the game with some dandy stops behind the plate. This could be a 2 or 3 run game had it not been for the efforts of Delong. 2-2 from Wilcott. Low and outside, full count. That pitch count by Wilcott now climbing. Now up to 65 through 3+ innings. 3-2 to Shepherdson. The wind and the payoff. Lost him. So for the second consecutive inning, Wilcott walks the leadoff batter. And for the third consecutive inning, the BJs have the leadoff man aboard, although the inning they scored in, the leadoff hitter did not reach. So now left fielder A.J. Foles reached on a fielder's choice his first time. Hitting from the left side. Third baseman Jacob Gonzalez starts to creep in, looking bunt. Foles squares and he bunts through it for strike 1. Bunting at Hobart Debtor Field can be tricky. There's enough of a crown on that infield, and if you get it too close to the line, 99 times out of 100 it will roll foul. Not bunting this time, and he fouls it off to the left, and it's 0-2 to the Folds. The grass, while cut nice and fast, still creates a natural lip. If it gets right on the edge, it's going to drop foul every time. Shepherdson made a bluff move, and Wilcott steps off. We've seen a couple errant pickoffs today, although the sun now down here. There's a line shot snagged by the third baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. He won't have a play at first. It was a soft line drive, but Gonzalez had to range to his left to make the catch. That was not an easy play. So Foles is the first out of the fourth inning for the BJs, and that'll bring up the second baseman and nine-hole hitter Nate White. White fouled out to the first baseman his first time up. Grounds this one up the middle. It's kicked by the pitcher. The second baseman Jefferson steps on the bag for one on the first double play. It'll be a 1-4-3 double play, and that's how the BJs end the fourth inning. We've completed 4 here at the NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Our score after 4, Liberal 1, the Houston Express 0. MedZone Hand Sanitizer is the official hand sanitizer of the NBC World Series. Non-sticky, smells great, and is very effective. Proud supporters of college baseball and the NBC World Series. Go to www.medzone.net to learn more about American-made hand sanitizers for the home and the office. Midzone is an official 2020 sponsor of the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Steve Carpenter back with you. And once again, my thanks to Glenn Grunwald. We had some technical difficulties just moments before we went on the air. And Glenn's electronic prowess and technical prowess got us on the air, so we're very appreciative. 1-0 BJ's through 4. And Aaron Funk, 8 strikeouts through 4, will face 6, 7, and 8 in the Houston Express order. Costco, Rojas, and Lobby. Court Costco singled in the second. That came with 2 outs. It was the first hit off of Funk. Righty-righty matchup. Funk up to 62 pitches through 4 innings, 45 in the zone. The Express have been out hit 4-2. Funk misses low and away ball 1 to start the 5th. Crowd thinning out a little bit, but I think most everybody is still down below. As I still see plenty of cars out in the Hobart Debtor parking lot off to our right. The 1-0. Late swing and it's fouled off. 1-1 to Costco. And the winner of this game comes right back to Hobart Debtor Field tomorrow night at 6 to face the Hutchinson Monarchs. They're seeded number 3 in the NBC. One of 3 teams to receive a draw, or a first run bye, excuse me. A pitch in the dirt, a breaking pitch. Now Funk behind in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Funk pitching for Arkansas Little Rock. The pitch, fastball, fouled straight back. You can tell people who are pros in the press box, there's not absolutely any flinching going on. Gallagher Martin from the Hutch News. A rookie about a month ago up in the press box, he just played that foul ball straight at him like nothing ever bothered him before. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3, outside corner. Costco didn't think so. He barks at the home plate umpire momentarily and walks away. 9 strikeouts now for Funk. 1 away here in the 5th. And there's the catcher, Julian Rojas, popped up his first time. Tyler DeLong, the third baseman, made the catch. The righty kicks and fires, and it's a high pop into foul territory. Brewer giving look, but it's going to be backing out of play.
Foul ball is sponsored by Pinnacle Realty. At Pinnacle Realty Group, you're working with an experienced team.
One thing we haven't heard, and noise very distinctive to Hobart Debtor Field, is the loud clap of a foul ball hitting the roof. That's one thing we will miss about Lawrence Dumont Stadium. All the quirky little distinctive noises that ballpark had. The 0-1 played on a fastball, 0-2. The sound of a foul ball rocketing off the old LD press box, a very unique sound. LD is a gem, of course, no longer with us. Here's the 0-2. Just misses low, 1-2. That is a great miss by Funk. Not a waste pitch. That pitch had purpose. It makes Rojas think on the next couple of pitches. Time called as Funk went into the windup, and it was granted. Now Rojas climbs back in, Funk resets, and we'll go again at 1-2. The wind, the pitch. Fouled straight back. I've been told I'm too old to flinch, but this is my 25th year in this press box. I'm kind of used to it. 1-2 pitch. Chop to left side. Delong has it on the short hop. Takes his time, fires, wide throw. But the tag applied by Cade Ward for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Express here in the 5th. 4 in a row retired by Funk. And it'll be Nick Laby, the designated hitter. He struck out looking his first time. The wind in the pitch. Fastball at the knee, strike 1. Funk's got just as much juice on pitch number 73 as he did on number 1. He's looking sharp on the bump tonight for the BJs. The 0-1. Same pitch, same location, same result, 0-2. If Laby can extend the inning, Meister, the center fielder, will bat. But he's down in the count 0-2 to a dominant pitcher right now. Funk winds the 0-2. Fastball misses high, 1-2. BJ's about hit the Express 4-2. The BJ's have the lone error of the game. Funk shakes off a couple of signs, and now Laby steps out. Now the 1-2. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 10 through 5 innings for Funk. And the Express retired in order. Halfway home in the nightcap in day 1 of the NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. It's the Liberal BJs 1, the Houston Express 0. Now, I have never heard 2 official scorekeepers laugh so evilly as the information they just found out that down at X Stadium, the Lone Stars and the Prospects go to extra innings. We've already had one here, so Mike Dean's getting a taste of the international tiebreaker rule. Here, 1-0 Liberal. The BJs scored a run in the first on a Cade Ward RBI double. The BJs hit here in the bottom of the 5th. Trinkle, Malone, Brewer at the top of the order to face Brad Wilcott, who's pitched well in his own right. The pitch count a little bit elevated at 70 through 4 innings. Chopped to the right side and is through the glove of Miles Jefferson into right field for an error. Each team now with 1 apiece. And for the 3rd consecutive inning, the BJs have the leadoff man aboard. Trinkle hit a hard shot that Jefferson had to range not real far to his left, but basically the roll picked up speed. A lot of top spin on it and just chewed him up. So an error charge to the second baseman Jefferson, and now the right fielder Jack Malone steps in for the BJs. Showing bunt, drops one down, and it's a good one. Fielded by Wilcott. High throw, and it's down the line off the rail or off the tarp. Rounding third is Trinkle, and he will score. The ball gets away, and now Trinkle will move up to second. There's going to be at least 2 errors on the play, and the BJs lead it 2-0. So we'll try to get the official scoring. It'll be a sacrifice for Malone, but it'll be a throwing error on the pitcher. And then he will go to second on a throwing error by the first baseman, Palsy. No RBI on the play. The run is unearned. So 2 errors on the play, 3 in the inning. Tranquil scores from first, and the BJs lead it 2-0. So now, Cade Brewer, the catcher. He takes a pitch from Wilcott, a strike at the knees. 3 errors in the inning. We've seen some spotless defense today, but the Express, or some just stunning defense all afternoon. The pitch, high and tight of fastball, and it's 1-1. 4 combined errors, 3 by the Express here in the bottom of the 5th has netted an unearned run. Wilcott comes set, checks the runner at second, now delivers. Pitch was low, but Brewer went around, and he's down to the count 1-2. Couldn't check the swing. Fooled on that off-speed offering by Wilcott. Action in the Express bullpen. Two runs might be enough for Aaron Funk. Time called by Brewer. Wasn't granted initially, but finally was. Wilcott, it's 1-2. Curveball ground to the left side. Will advance the runner. Third baseman Fields throws, and he's out at first. Great stretch by the first baseman, Palsy. Gonzalez had to range far to his left and had to retreat to get it. And a high throw, and Palsy makes a huge stretch at first for the out. Malone moves up to third. He's there with 1 away now. 1 already across in the inning, and Cade Ward, the first baseman. Ward an RBI double in the first, and then he walked into third as Wilcott pitched to him very, very carefully, not throwing one fastball to him in his plate appearance in the third. Delivers a fastball here at the knees on the outside corner for strike 1. Wilcott approaching now 80 pitches. Wilcott off the back. This inning was set up by some porous defense by the Express. Tranquil reached on an error, swing and a miss. Ward was swinging for the trestle over the left field wall. And he's down in the count 0-2. Wilcott could use a strikeout. Again, Tranquil reached on a fielding error by second baseman Miles Jefferson. And on a sacrifice by Malone, 2 errors were committed. One a throwing error by Wilcott. That allowed Tranquil to score all the way from first. And then Palsy airmailed the throw back in. And that allowed Malone to move up to second. He's now at third. It's 1 away, the 0-2. Fouled back again. Cade Ward not getting cheated on his swings. 1 out in the inning. A little stunned, the entire infield not in for the Express. The pitch, breaking pitch, gobbled up by the catcher Rojas. A great stop by him, and that prevented the third run from coming down the line to score. So right now you get the feeling the Express kind of at a crossroads in this one. BJ scored 1 in the first, 1 so far here in the 5th, and has not been a pleasant inning for the Express. Breaking pitch outside, 2-2. Ward would not chase. First baseman Paisley, third baseman Gonzalez, either even with the bag or a step behind. The pitch. High fly ball deep to left field. This has a chance. Gone. Cade Ward has delivered again, and the BJs lead it 4-0. 2-run home run to left. Malone scores ahead of him. That's RBIs 2 and 3 for Ward. All runs. The first 2 runs under Ward's run will be earned. And the BJs lead it 4-0. You just kind of got the feeling the Express were kind of at that point in time. Now it's a 3-run inning for the BJs, all started by 3 errors by the Express, and Grant fouls one straight back. Designated hitter Wyatt Grant 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Wilcott's 0-1. Misses high, count even at a ball and a strike. The ball not carrying it deader like it normally does this time of year. Very heavy air. Lots of moisture in the air. That pitch misses low and away, 2-1. If this was a normal summer night at Hobart Deader, that ball is well over the wall and it was be considered a no-doubter. Outside, 3-1. So now Brad Wilcott battling to get through the 5th. He has given up an RBI double and a 2-run home run to Cade Ward, and that pitch is in the dirt. Ball 4 to Grant. And we'll get action in the pen. There's been action in the Express pen for a while. Wilcott now 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks through 4 1/3. And Tyler DeLong, the batter, he's 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch to DeLong, low and in, ball 1. Now pitch number 88. It looks like Cameron Coe, a right-hander, warming up, and now a balk called that will move Grant to second. So the wheels have come off for the Express here in the 5th. 3 errors and now a balk on Wilcott. Not to mention the 2-run home run by Cade Ward. 1-0 to DeLong with another runner in scoring position. Just 1 out in the inning. A high fly ball to right center field. This should stay in the park. Costco and Meister over. The right fielder Costco makes the catch, tagging him. Moving up to third is Grant. He will be there with 2 out. DeLong just got under it, but it was deep enough to move Grant up to third with 2 out for the shortstop, Aiden Shepherdson. Shepherdson's been on base twice, singled in the 2nd, walked to lead off the 4th. Four runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the BJs. No runs, 2 hits, 3 critical errors for the Express. Fastball outside for a ball. Out of the wind-up, the pitch from Wilcott. And this is high, 2-0. One way or the other, we might be looking at the final batter that Wilcott's going to face tonight. Fouled back, and it's 2-1. Just 5 hits for the BJs. Only 2 for extra bases, and they both belong to Cade Ward. 2-1 pitch. Blowing away, 3-1. Nearly got by the catcher, Rojas. Once again, he saves a run. Pitch number 92 coming up. The 3-1 to Shepherdson, low ball 4. That's the 5th walk issued by Wilcott. And waiting to see if we're going to get any movement out of the express pen. Julian Rojas out right now, just buying some time. I think somebody else is going to run down there and warm up. With the bleachers they put in those open areas down the left and right field line between the dugout and the bullpen, communication a little bit tougher than it normally is. So A.J. Foles will be the batter. The BJ's left fielder 0 for 2. Grant at third, Shepardson at first, 2 away, 3 in the inning for the BJ's, and they lead the Houston Express 4-0. Bottom 5. The pitch. Strike at the knees. Right-hander throwing back at Wilcott in the pen. Breaking pitch at Dandy over the inside corner for a strike and folds down to the count, 0-2. 2 out in the inning. Tranquil reached on an error. Malone on a sac bunt. Reached on a throwing error. That allowed Tranquil to score. He went around. Pitch gets away from Rojas. He'll pour it down to first. Throw wide. But Palsy will collect it, step on the bag, and the inning is over. A big inning for the BJs. All unearned run, or excuse me, 2 of the 3 runs unearned. 3 runs on just 1 hit, but what a hit it was. A 2-run home run by Cade Ward. 3 errors and 2 men left on base. We've completed 5 here at Hobart Detter Field. Our new score, the Liberal BJs 4, the Houston Express 0. Armed Forces night tomorrow night at the NBC World Series, sponsored by LT Care Solutions. They'll be both here at Hobart Detter Field and at X Stadium in Wichita. All past and current service members receive free admission, both here at Hobart Detter Field and again at X Stadium with their military ID. We hope to see plenty of military out here for Military Appreciation Night. Kyle Meister will lead off the 6th inning for the Express. They got stung for 3 unearned runs in the bottom of the 5th. Now must recover. Meister went down looking in his 1 and only plate appearance in the 3rd. Showing bunt, but takes ball 1. Aaron Funk, 10 strikeouts through 5 innings, has allowed just 2 hits. That was pitch number 77. 55 for strikes. Showing bunt again, pulls back and takes the strike. Didn't particularly like the call of home plate umpire Lance Vaughn. Took a quick look back at it, but now climbs back in with the 1-1 count. A wind in the pitch. Bunted fouls, 1-2. Funk has been impressive. The only time he was in trouble was of his own doing on an errant pickoff throw. Had a runner at third with 1 out. Got back-to-back punch-outs. Time called as Funk goes into the motion. And Lance Vaughn, the home plate umpire, has gotten close to Kind of crossing the line with that. Fastball just misses a little bit low. Funk thought he had one. Looked pretty good from here. Now 2-2. Our vantage point, we can see in and out really well. Up and down can be a little bit questionable because we're almost right over the top. 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses away, full count. We have crossed over. It is now officially August 4th. Glenn and I should be at our respective houses all curled up. Here's the payoff. Popped up, shallow right, drifting back is White. In comes Malone. It's White making the catch, one away here in the Express 6th. Meister 0 for 2, and it's back to the top of the order. And Miles Jefferson, the second baseman. Jefferson took a called third in the first and lined out to right fielder Jack Malone to end the third. I only have to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. Nah, no biggie. Funk into the wind. Strike at the knees. I have worked some Region 6 tournaments in Wichita where, with rain delays and long games, what have you, I left Lawrence Dumont one morning at 4:10 a.m. I had to be back at 7:15. So this is nothing. 0-1 pitch. Roller a long third, foul. The liberal BJ's voice, Brock Kappelman, has been in many of those Region 6 games late at night. Plunk into the wind in the 0-2. Struck him out. 2 away. Strikeout number 11. Now Gates Devon, the left fielder. He has struck out twice, both swinging against Funk. One of the more impressive performances I've seen this summer out of BJ's pitcher, Aaron Funk. He has spotted that fastball near flawless perfection. Strike one there on a fastball. And it's just effortless out there. Cool night probably helping him out too. 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch off the plate wide. 1-1 strike. The count to Devon. BJ's with 1 in the first, 3 unearned in the 5th. Cade Ward a 2-run home run. Wind in the 1-1. Over but low for ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count to Devon. All 3 of those runs surrendered by Brad Wilcott are unearned. 3 errors in the bottom of the 5th really set the table for a crooked number for the BJ's. 2-1 pitch. A little bit high, 3-1. Funk hasn't gone to a 3-ball count very often tonight. Has not walked a batter. Funk looks in, now delivers a 3-1 pitch. Power to fastball right past Devon. It's 3-2. Here's the payoff. I pop to shallow left center. Foles and Trinkle give chase. Trinkle camps under it. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the 6th for the Express. And is now 8 in a row retired by Aaron Funk. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. BJ's 4, the Express nothing. Baseman Paisley, third baseman Gonzalez, either even with the bag or a step behind. The pitch. High fly ball deep to left field. This has a chance. Gone. The NBC World Series wishes to thank Visit Hutch, the Hutchinson Recreation Commission, the City of Hutchinson, and the Reno County Health Department for their help in making the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy a reality at Hobart Detter Field. Been a lot of work between Kevin Jakes, Jason Ibarra with the NBC, and Nick Baldetti from the Hutchinson, or from the Reno County Health Department, Leanne Cox with Visit Hutch, and plenty of others to get this thing going here at Hobart Detterfield. Amy Conklin from the Hutch Rec Commission also had a big hand in it. We have a new pitcher for the Houston Express. Will be Ivan Mendoza, Baytown, Texas product. He pitches at Alvin Community College, so he takes over for Brad Wilcott, who gives up 4 runs, only 1 earned through 5 innings.
Attention fans, now pitching for the Houston, Texas Express, number 32, Ivan Mendoza. Mendoza now on the mound for the Express.
So Mendoza, 6 foot, 175 pound, out of Baytown, takes over. And he gets 9-1-2 in the BJ 6th. White, and then the top of the order, Trinkle and Malone. 4-0 Liberal, as they look to advance to a matchup with the Hutchinson Monarchs tomorrow night at 6 p.m. The loser of this won't play until Wednesday. That's ball 1 to White. Now ball 2. White 0 for 2, fouled out, and then hit into a inning-ending double play in the 4th. Ball 3 to White. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 7 left on for Liberal. No runs, 2 hits, 3 errors, 2 left on for the Express. Cripples on the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. Here's the pitch. Chopped to short. De Leon has it, pours it across, close play, but White retired for the first out of the 6th. Now it's back to the top of the order, and Cade Trinkle. Caden Trinkle 0 for 3, but he started the 5th inning, the ill-fated 5th inning for the Express. He had a routine grounder to second baseman Miles Jefferson, who let the roll just chew him up and went right up the glove, over the arm, and into right field. And it's ball 1 to Trinkle. And then Trinkle scored all the way from first on a sacrifice bunt attempt by Malone. That Brad Wilcott airmailed the throw all the way down the right field line. Ball 2 now to Trinkle. Here's the pitch. Popped up into foul territory near the Express dugout. Third baseman Jerry Gonzalez makes the catch, 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for the BJs for right fielder Jack Malone. Malone has struck out, walked, and reached on the error and scored. He received a sacrifice for the attempt, so that bat in the 5th, not an official plate appearance. 0 for 1. And Malone drives one high and deep to right center field. It's going to stay in the ballpark, though, and land right in the well. Already on his way to third is Malone. Here comes the throw. He slides in safe. The heavy air of Hobart Detter Field cost Malone a home run there. but he hits it right to the 380 mark in right center field, and it's a 2-out triple. Now Kay Brewer, the catcher. He's 1 for 3. Singleton scored in the first ahead of Ward's RBI double to put the BJs on the board. Malone absolutely mashed that ball. But again, the atmospheric conditions for August 3/4, not normal. Now the pitch over the head of the catcher coming down the line to score is Malone on the wild pitch, and it's 5-0 BJs. So a triple by Malone with 2 outs, and then he scores on a fastball that gets over the head of the catcher, Julian Rojas, who never had a chance. I've mentioned several times Rojas has been absolutely masterful in blocking pitches and saving runs. He would have had to been about the size of Shaq to stop that fastball. Now the 1-0. Breaking pitch misses low, 2-0 to Brewer. 11 pitches by Mendoza, only 4 in the zone. He's been behind every batter. When yanked foul. He got behind 3-0 to White and coaxed the ground out to shortstop Parker DeLeon. He was behind 2-1 to Caden Tranquil, got him to pop up in foul territory. And then on a 1-1 count, Malone absolutely mashed the ball to right center field. And then scored on the high wild pitch. Now it's 3-1 to Brewers. That breaking pitch misses outside. Six hits for the BJs, 3 for extra bases. Brewer stays alive, fouling that back to the screen to run the count full. 3-2 with 2 out. Here's the payoff. Struck him out. DeLeon tags Brewer to make sure. BJ's come up with a run, a triple by Malone. He scores on the wild pitch. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. We've completed 6. We're on day 1 of the 86th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Our new score, Liberal BJ's 5, the Houston Express nothing. Earlier this year in his spring season, Aaron Funk had a 17 strikeout performance against North Alabama. And of course, that has come against, that was with the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. Through 6 innings here, the Liberal BJ's pitcher has struck out 91 pitches through the first 5 innings. Or, excuse me, through the first 6 innings. He's allowed just 2 hits, walked none. And he's been staked to a 5-0 lead. And a lot of the pain the Houston Express are feeling is a little bit self-inflicted. 3 errors in a 3-run 5th. And then a wild pitch allowing a solo run to score in the 6th, and they now trail by 5. And Funk starts third baseman Jacob Gonzalez off with the ball outside. Gonzalez 1 for 2, one of the 2 express hits off of Funk. The wind in the pitch. That one's in the dirt. No action in the BJ bullpen. But if Gonzalez reaches, that might change for head coach Eric Olmstead. The wind in the 2-0. Fouled off the out of play to the right. And just right on cue, BJ's pitcher and catcher start heading toward the right field bullpen. The pitch count now up to 94 for Funk. 2-1 pitch. Foul back out of play to the right, and it's 2-2. My thanks to Gallagher Martin from the Hutch News digging up that little 17 strikeout tidbit for Aaron Funk. 2-2 pitch. Sprayed foul off to the right, out into the parking lot. And Gonzalez stays alive at 2-2. Great first day of the 86th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy here at Hobart Detter Field. 2-2 pitch. That's strikeout number 12 for Funk. Gonzalez down for the first out in the 7th, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Andrew Palsy. Palsy, 0 for 2. Popped up to short, struck out swinging. Just 2 scratch singles off of Funk so far. That pitch glances off the glove of catcher Cade Brewer for ball 1. A cool but beautiful evening. Now early morning here at Hobart Detterfield, the 1-0. Big swing by Palsy, fouled straight back, and it's 1-1. The Express have taken a ton of those types of swings, almost rush swings, because Funk's fastball has really been overpowering tonight. The big righty kicks and fires the 1-1. Strike inside corner at the knees, 1-2. On pitch number 100. 70 pitches, so 7 out of every 10 pitches from Aaron Funk have been strikes tonight. That's pretty impressive. 1-2. Curveball struck him out swinging. That's 13. He has now retired Aaron Funk 6, 8, 10 in a row. Now the shortstop, Parker Delong. He has struck out twice, both swinging. Funk's pitch outside for a ball. Boy, if you're a BJ fan, you'd love to see Funk get out of this and then put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 7th and get out of here without using any more pitching. 2-0 on a pitch low. And Funk up to 103 pitches now. Here's the 2-0. Inside corner for a strike, 2-1. The Express making their 3rd trip to the NBC World Series. They finished 11th a couple of years ago. Pitch. Grounded to short, right at Shepardson. He bobbles, picks it up, throws, not in time. It'll be the second BJ error of the game, and it extends Aaron Funk's pitch count just a little bit. Now Court Costco, the right fielder. That will stop a streak of 10 in a row retired by Aaron Funk. Just the third base runner of the night at first in DeLeon. Now Costco, he has one of the two hits, the pitch. High and tight for a ball. And Cade Brewer actually looked back to the screen to make sure that that ball didn't get past him. He had to pop out of the crouch and make sure he secured it. Safe lead over at first by DeLeon. The Express need base runners. The pitch. High fastball swung through. And it's 1-1. Now Cade Brewer asking for time. They might have been a little bit of a cross-up. Also want to make sure that, just wanted to make sure Aaron Funk was okay. He just went back to clean off the cleats. A lot of moisture on this turf at Hobart Detter. There's been a lot of rain in the Hutchinson area over the last 7 to 8 days. We've had 3 rains over the last 8 days of 1.5 inches or more. 5 days ago, we had a massive gully washer here. Now, a bat's being ran out to Aaron Funk. He's going to knock the dirt out of his cleats. And Aaron Funk, actually, I think there's a little spot behind the mound that's actually the spigot for the infield hose, so the field crew can spray down the infield before games. And he was trying to clean his cleats with the edge of the grass. I think he picked up some more dirt, so he had to have a bat come out to clean out his cleats. DeLeon away from first. 1-1 the count to Court Costco. 1-1 delivery. Upstairs, 2-1. Just hearing from down the line that this is officially now August 4th. And Eric Olmsted, the Liberal BJ's head coach, is now celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to him. Move over to first. Back in safely with the head first dive is DeLeon. 5 combined errors. The Express errors have been much more damaging than the BJ's. That's also because of the pitching of Aaron Funk. Another move over to first. Again, it was Funk's own error back in the 4th, an errant pick off of Gonzalez that put at that time was the tying run at third with 1 out, 2 strikeouts, and he got out of it. Pulled foul. 2-2 now to Costco on pitch number 109. Funk comes set out of the stretch. Now the 2-2. Misses low for a ball. Counts full. Aaron Funk might be really trying to dig in here. Trying to get number 14. He may be overthrowing some pitches. Runner will go from first, 3-2, 2 outs, and it's fouled at the plate by Costco, and we'll do it again. Cade Ward's not going to hold DeLeon on at first, not with the count full and 2 outs. Pitch count now to 111, so we might be seeing the end of the night for Aaron Funk, but what a night it has been for this young man. DeLeon will move on the pitch. Funk comes set. Runner goes the 3-2. Curveball called, strike three. A no-doubter. Costco just looked and walked back to the dugout. 14 strikeouts for Aaron Funk. An almost unfair 12-6 curve. 14 strikeouts through 7 innings, and after 6.5 stretch time at Hobart Detter Field, the Liberal BJs lead the Houston Express 5-0. This crowd at Hobart Detter Field still buzzing on a 3-2 curveball from Aaron Funk. That Court Costco looking for his 14th strikeout of the evening. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the BJs lead the Express 5-0. Cade Ward will lead it off, and he's the offensive hero of this one. Ward with an RBI double in the first and a 2-run home run in the 5th. 3 RBIs tonight for Ward, 2 for 2 with a walk. Ivan Mendoza starts off the 7th with a pitch low for a ball. Ward strokes one that'll go foul out of play to the right.
That ball is sponsored by Better Go Realty.
Just 6 hits for the BJs tonight. They've stranded 7, and yet they're comfortably up by 5 runs. 1-1 from DeLeon, a breaking pitch low and outside for a ball. The Express bullpen quiet. You get the feeling if the Express staff not going to give up yet, but see if Mendoza can get him through this one. Here's the 3-1. High ball 4. That is now 6 walks issued by Express pitching. 5 by Wilcott. He went 5. Allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned. Wilcott struck out 7 and walked 5. Outside a balk and a wild pitch. Now Mendoza into his 2nd inning. Issues his first walk. And it's the designated hitter Wyatt Grant. Grant 0 for 2. Struck out twice and walked. Takes a fastball from Mendoza for strike 1. The winner gets the Hutch Monarchs. A quick turnaround. They play tomorrow at 6, or depending how long the 3 o'clock game goes. There's a ground ball snagged by Mendoza. He'll go to 2nd for 1. A return throw from DeLong gets him double play. 1-6-3. And very quickly, 2 away here in the BJ 7th. Now third baseman Tyler DeLong. DeLong in his BJ's debut, 1 for 3, a 2nd inning single. Yeah, he takes a pitch up high for ball 1. 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on for Liberal. No runs, 2 hits, 3 errors, 3 left on for the Express. Delong swings and misses, and it's 1-1. Going in the pitch. Popped up down the left field line, hooking into foul territory. Devon giving chase, and he can't chase it down. It'll one hop and bound over into the bullpen. And Tyler Delong down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. In more than 6 years of history for this BJ's summer program, one of the historical teams of the NBC, the pitch. Slow one in from Mendoza. A breaking pitch, and it's 2-2. The pitch. That misses, and it's a full count to DeLong. Here's the payoff. Strike him out on a curveball. And that'll do it for the BJs in the 7th. Mendoza strikes out the side, or check that. And Choza works around the leadoff walk. We've completed 7. BJ's 5, Express nothing. Well, the pitch count for Aaron Funk climbed up to 112, and now BJ's head coach Eric Olmstead will go to the bullpen and bring in big, tall, lanky right-hander Eric Hyman. Hyman out of Garden City, Kansas, pitching now for Louisiana Monroe. He's pitched on this field before as a member of the Garden City Community College baseball team. Aaron Funk, 3 strikeouts off the all-time NBC single-game record of 17. 14 strikeouts in 7 innings. 7 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. 112 pitches. So he has definitely done his job. And now Hyman staked to a 5-run lead with 2 innings to go. It's the catcher, Julian Rojas, and then Nick Labey, the designated hitter, and Kyle Meister, the center fielder, 7, 8, 9 here in the Express 8th. Ball 1 to Hyman, from Hyman to Rojas. Rojas tonight 0 for 2. He's put it in play twice, popped up and grounded out, both to the third baseman. Now it's ball 2. Hyman working the mound out there. Dirt. Probably quite a bit of moisture. You look at the infield. It's pretty dark for this time of night. There's a lot of moisture in that infield. And remember, this field will carry a lot of moisture. There's a fly ball to shallow center coming on Trinkle, and it drops in front of him for a base hit. Just the 3rd hit of the evening for the Express.
Now making the district hitter number 13, Nick Labey.
So here's Nick Labey, the designated hitter. Labey has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. If you're an Express fan, it's a start. If you're a BJ's fan, you want to see this game end as efficiently as possible by Hyman. Fastball from the BJ's right-hander on the outside corner for a strike. Only 9 combined hits through the first now 7+ innings between the BJ's and the Express. The pitch. Pulled foul past third. Quickly 0-2 to LeBee. Two one-run games today. One in extra innings here at Hobart Detter. The pitch. Struck him out a high fastball. Hyman just reached back. And that is the 15th strikeout by the Express tonight. The first for Hyman, the first 14 by Aaron Funk. And now it's the center fielder, Kyle Might. Nope, we'll get a pinch hitter.
Will be number 5.
It would be Jalen Burrell out of Houston. He pitches for St. Edward's University, or plays for St. Edward's University. Pitch way outside. Ball 1 to Burrell. There's a red shirt at St. Edward's University, again out of Houston, Texas. The pitch misses low from Hyman, 2-0. So as comfortable as the BJ's were, up 5-0 with Funk on the mound, a little uneasiness with Hyman. 8 pitches, only 4 strikes. The pitch. Now it's 3-0 to Burrell. Burrell heading out of the 9th slot. It'll move back to the top of the order and second baseman Miles Jefferson and then Gales Devon. Both quality hitters at the top of this Express order. The pitch. Cripples right through there from Hyman, 3-1. His motion, Eric Hyman, not quite as effortless as Aaron Funk. There's the pitch. Just reaches back and blows a fastball by Burrell. So from 3-0 now to full 3-2. Here's the payoff. Struck him out. 2 away. Nice job by Hyman coming back from down in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. 3 straight heaters puts Burrell down. That is now 16 strikeouts by Liberal pitching, and it's back to the top of the order and second baseman Miles Jefferson. Jefferson has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. The only time he's put into play, he lined out to right fielder Jack Malone in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Nope, actually we have a pinch hitter. Who's that? Oh, okay. Joseph Barfield, the pinch hitter. He swings through another one and strike 2 very quickly. So 0-2 to Barfield. Fouls that one back. So after getting behind 3-0 to Meister, or Burrell, it's 6 straight. There's a line shot toward the gap, right center field. The center fielder dives and it gets past him. Rojas will be held at 3rd. He kind of held up between 2nd and 3rd. But it is a 2-out double for Barfield. I'm a little shocked that he didn't score. Rojas goes first to third. That's now 2 hits in the inning, 4 for the game for the Express. Here's Gates Devon. Gales Devon 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a fly out to center. Hyman's pitch gets past the catcher. The shutout's going to go by the wayside on the wild pitch. It's now 5-1 Liberal. So 5-1 the score now. The pitch. High pop. Will it stay in? On the left field side, foul territory. DeLong overruns it, and it drops for a foul ball. The ball gets up above the lights here at Hobart Deader. Sometimes it's hard to gauge, and even though this is Tyler DeLong's home field, this is only the 3rd time he has played at night here, and that was with the Derby Twins. Blue Dragons hardly ever play full night games. The 1-1. Fastball sails outside, 2-1. As much as I hate saying it, we're rolling up on the 1 o'clock hour. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Big cut by Devon. Two-two pitch. Foul out of play to the left. Good sized crowd on hand. Since we are technically now in day 2 of the NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Brewer. And we've gone as far as we can go. 3-2, 2 out. Here's the payoff to Devon. Missed outside, ball 4. And that's going to draw a meeting to the mound. Jacob Gonzalez, the third baseman, will be the batter. And now quietly, all of a sudden, the tying run has reached the on-deck circle for the Houston Express. How about that for craziness? So the meeting is over. So Gonzalez hits with runners at the corners, 2 away. 1 across here in the top of the 8th for the Express. Big cut and miss by Gonzalez, and it's 0-1. BJ's bullpen quiet, as is the Express bullpen. Catcher Cade Brewer running through a set of defensive signs for his infielders. Rojas started this off with a single, back-to-back strikeouts by Libby and the pinch hitter Burrell. A double by Barfield, the pinch hitter, and Devon walked. Hyman's 0-1. Is driven high and pretty well hit the center field. Going back is Trinkle. He's at the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. 1 run scores. Rounding third is Devon. He will score. It's a stand-up triple for Gonzalez. And all of a sudden, the 5-run cushioned by the BJs, cut to 5-3. So it's a 3-run inning by the Express, and now the tying run comes to the plate in cleanup hitter Andrew Palsy. A righty-lefty matchup. Palsy struck out his last time. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of Ks and swings and misses at that Hyman offering. Since 2 are out, as Palsy fouls that off, and it's very quickly 0-2. Barfield doubled, Devon walked, and Gonzalez drove them both in with the triple to center. That pitch pulled into the BJ dugout off the netting on the first base side. Hyman's 0-2. In the dirt, blocked in front, coming down the line. The flipped home is not in time, and Gonzalez scores in the lead down to 1 for the BJs. It's a 4-run 8th inning for Houston, and the lead cut to 5-4. Cade Brewer kept it in front of him, but he couldn't find it. And Gonzalez, with a decent secondary, just bolted down the line. But now the bases are empty for the Express with 2 out here in the 8th. And a 1-2 count on cleanup hitter Andrew Palsy. What kind of strange day has it been on day number 1 here at Hobart Detter Field? I'm afraid to see what's going to happen next. 1-2 pitch. Over but low, 2-2. Didn't miss by much. Wow. 4 runs in the inning. 2-2 pitch. Line drive, right field, a base hit, and the tying run is aboard. Four consecutive have reached with 2 outs, and we are going to have a pitching change. What a stunning and sudden turnaround. Aaron Funk cruised through 7 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball with 14 strikeouts. And now Liberal head coach Eric Olmstead, who was kind of enjoying his birthday when the clock struck midnight, now concerned as Peyton Strambler out of Burleson, Texas, and the University of New Mexico comes in and tries to shut this Houston Express uprising. 6 foot, 230-pound junior out of Burleson, Texas is Strambler. In 7 appearances with the Lobos this spring, he was 3-1 with a 3.72 earned run average and 1 save through 9 2/3 innings. Parker De Leon, the shortstop, will be the 8th batter of the inning. And we are once again at a 1-run game, which seems to be the norm on day number 1 here at Hobart Detter Field. Rojas singled. LeBee struck out. Burrell, the pinch hitter, was up in the count 3-0 and struck out for out number 2. And then Barfield, the pinch hitter, drove a double. They put runners at second and third. Devon walked. A wild pitch also ensued in there to bring in the second run, or the first run by Rojas. After the Vaughn walk, Jacob Gonzalez tripled off the wall in center field to plate 2. He scored on a wild pitch to make it 5-4. Now Palsy at first, the tying run. And Parker De Leon, the batter, he reached on an error in the 7th, 0 for 2 with a pair of 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. DeLeon goes first pitch hacking and fouls one off. Each team now with 6 hits. And that dirt on the mound must really be clumping up because Strambler's fighting to keep his cleats clean. This is the first time in a long time we played baseball after midnight at Hobart Dinner. Breaking pitch, a strike at the letters, 0-2. Palsy away from first, the tying run. Strambler comes set, the 0-2. Breaking pitch misses low and away. Count now 1-2. Not a bad miss. And here Brock Kappelman down the way saying that Strambler is the BJ's closer, so it's his game to try to shut down here in the 8th. 1-2 pitch, fastball upstairs, 2-2. We have seen some utterly bizarre twists in the 3 games today. We saw the Colorado Cyclones rally from 3 runs down after a half inning, scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th without the benefit of a hit. 2-2 pitch. Lace foul off to the right and out of play, and it'll stay at 2-2 to DeLeon. We saw the Rose Hill Sluggers rally from several runs down to get within 1. And were stymied in the bottom of the 9th and lost by a run. The BJs had a 5-0 lead entering this inning. 2-2 pitch. Chopper slowly hit the third. DeLong charges and throws and gets him, and the inning is over. But 8 come to the plate for the Express in the 8th. 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 left. Our new score as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Liberal BJs 5, the Houston Express 4 at the NBC World Series. Shortstop Aiden Shepherdson leads off the bottom of the 8th for the BJs. The Express has made this a game, a 4-run top of the 8th. And Ron Mendoza misses upstairs, ball 1. We'll get the defensive alignment for you here in just a moment for the Express. 1-0 pitch, outside 2-0. Jalen Burrell stays in the game to play right field. Court Costco moves over from right to center. And staying in the game to play second base is Joseph Barfield. Now it's 3-0 to Shepherdson. That's the last thing that Ivan Mendoza wanted to do after getting back into this game. With a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter. And that's what he did on 4 pitches. Shepherdson walks. It's the lower third of the order for the BJs here in the 8th. Now A.J. Foles. Foles has reached on a fielder's choice, lined out to third, and struck out. And I think we're going to get a new pitcher for the Express, as Robert Van Nijhuizen goes out to the mound a slow walk, and he's telling the bullpen to crank it up in a hurry. So Foles will be the batter. Most likely a bunt situation here, but I am famously good at saying that and see hitters swing away. It's a late game situation. The BJs once 5-run lead down to 1. So Mendoza will stay in, but he's probably on a short leash here. And Joseph Barfield at second base. Court Costco moves from right to center. Here's the pitch, a bunt. A long third, but foul. And that's what we talked about, bunting right down the lines here at Hobart Detter. We mentioned it earlier. That 99 times out of 100, they are going to trickle foul. Shepherdson gates his lead at first. The pitch. Foles shows bunt and takes it low and count even at 1-1. 34 pitches for Mendoza, only 14 in the zone, so he's under 50%. And yet he's kept the BJs off the board. 1-1 pitch, not bunting, and Foles takes outside for a ball, 2-1. A crazy day all the way around, all 3 games here at Hobart Detter. 2-1 pitch, now showing bunt. Foles takes high and it's 3-1. Nine-hole hitter Nate White in the on-deck circle. Foles could be picky here, showing bunt. Pulls back and takes the strike. The count is full, 3-2. Third baseman Jacob Gonzalez was crashing hard. He was literally within 15 feet when that ball hit the mitt. Payoff pitch, foul back out of play, and we'll do it again. The winner of this game is going to have a short turnaround, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, right here at Hobart Detter Field against the Hutchinson Monarchs. Aiden Shepard away from first. Does not go. There's a line shot left field. It's down for a hit. On his way to third is Shepherdson. He's going to be held. The throw comes into third. And it's a double for Foles. And the BJs have something cooking here in the 8th. Foles showed several times the bunt. Didn't get it down because the pitches were out of the zone. And he takes a full count pitch the other way to right center or left center field. And now we're going to have a pitching change for the Express. So all that work the Express did to get back into the game right now in jeopardy. It's still a 1-run game, but it's tenuous at best right now as the Express go to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new Houston pitcher after this break. Well, we're going to hope we pronounce the last name of this pitcher correctly. Cameron Vige, V-I-G-E, out of Texas City, Texas, a Texas Wesleyan University player. On in one of the most unenviable positions a reliever can come in. Trying to keep this game his team at a one-run deficit. He takes over with runners at second and third and nobody out. 9-1-2 for the BJs due up. Aiden Shepardson drew a walk on 4 pitches, and then A.J. Foles on 3-2. Gets an opposite field double to left center. Shepardson goes first to third. So some tough pitching luck for Ivan Mendoza here in the 8th. He battled. So Cameron Vega. Warm-ups are done. BJ's lead the Houston Express 5-4. Eric Olmstead, his club looking for its 29th win of the year. He has a multitude of things he can do here. The infield for the Express in at all 4 positions. Here's the pitch. Ground ball slowly at left side, fielded by the third baseman. He'll come home, but the throw is wide and the run will score. The fielder's choice. And the 4th, I want to make sure how they score that. Straight fielder's choice and an RBI, no error on the play. Shepardson scores, Foles goes to third. That'll bring up the top of the order and Caden Trinkle. Still nobody out, a run across. Pitches over but low for ball 1. Trinkle tonight has struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, reached on an error and scored, and fouled out. 6-4 Liberal here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 to Trinkle from Vega. Breaking pitch, misses high, and it's 2-0. Folds away from first. He's being held. They go over there. Close play, but Folds is back in safely. I checked that. That's White at first. Folds is at third. My apologies. Infield in for the Express. The 2-0. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. It's 2-1. Trinkle late on that swing. So now 2-1, which is usually an action count. We'll see what Olmstead puts on. Could be a safety squeeze. Could be a suicide squeeze. A double steal. A myriad of opportunities. Runner goes from first, and it's sprayed foul. The hit and run was on. So White returns to first, and it's a 2-2 count on Caden Trinkle. That double by Foles was the first hit by the BJ since Cade Ward's 2-run home run in the 5th. 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch outside, full count. So likely we will see White on the move at first. 3-2, nobody out. Runner goes, 3-2. Is lifted high to left. Toward the line is Devon. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Folds. He scores, and it's a 3-run BJ lead, now 7-4. As Trinkle with the sac fly to left scores A.J. Folds. Now 1 out in the inning with the runner at first. BJ's get a couple of big insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th after giving up 4 in the top of the inning. Now Jack Malone. RBI triple in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. He's been on base 3 times, once by a walk, once by an error. He takes, I check that, 1 for 2. He had the sacrifice bunt in the 5th. That was part of that 3-run 5th inning where everything was unearned. The pitch. Malone swings and misses, and it's 1-1. 5 combined errors in this one. But the Express errors have been much more painful than the BJ errors. The 1-1 from Vegan to Malone. Swung through a high fastball, 1-2. Looking ahead to the 9th for the Express, it'll be Costco, Rojas, and Laby, 6, 7, and 8. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high and tight, 2-2. BJ's with 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 8th. The Express with 4 in the 8th. 1-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Runner goes. They call that a wild pitch. So, good read on the pitch. So now it's a 3-2 count to right fielder Jack Malone. Cade Brewer on deck. Still just 1 out in the inning and 2 across. Outside, ball 4.
Number 33, Cade Brewer.
That is now 8 walks issued by Houston Express pitching tonight. 5 by Wilcott, 2 by Mendoza, 1 by Vega. And now Cade Brewer, 1 for 4. He has struck out twice. The first inning single scored ahead of Cade Ward's RBI double to put the BJs on the board. The pitch. Strike inner half. White dancing around big time out at second. Malone at first. Pitch taken low and in, 1-1. I'm sure most of the Monarchs who play the winner of this game are already asleep. Pitch gets away from the catcher. The pitch was low, and they're going to call the pass ball on the catcher, Julian Rojas, who's been absolutely stellar behind the plate, but I think he got crossed up. Charged with his first pass ball, White to third, Malone to second. Now it's a 2-1 count to Brewer. So the Wheels, they came off in the 5th inning for the Express, kind of doing the same thing here in the 8th. The infield back in for Houston. Breaking pitch high and tight, 3-1. If it is a Hutchinson-Liberal matchup, it ought to be a dandy atmosphere here tomorrow night. 3-1 pitch. Strike called. Cade Brewer made the mistake of tossing his bat and heading down to first, and that might just guarantee him 3 inches on the outside corner. Home plate umpires, many things you can do to them. That's one of the things they hate the worst. 3-2 the count, the pitch. High ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for Cade Ward.
Number 18, first
Ward walked his last time, but before that hit a 2-run home run in the 5th. An RBI double in the 1st. 2 for 2, 2 walks, 3 RBIs, a double and a home run. He bats with the bases full of BJs and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 7-4 Liberal. Vega with a strike right down the chute. Ward taking all the way. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike, 0-2. BJ's about hit the Express 7-6. 2 big ones by the batter, Cade Ward. The pitch hit him. Or they're going to call a foul ball. They call the foul ball. No argument by Ward. So I must say right off the knob of the bat. He was leaning back. Ball rode in on him and must have clipped the knob of the bat. It remains 0-2 to the BJ's first baseman. Once again, the 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Tapped foul. Ward did just enough to stay alive. It was a good breaking pitch from Vega. Outfield deep at all 3 positions for Ward. Rightfully so. 0-2 pitch. High pop, right side, foul territory. Palsy gives a look, and it's out of play. We'll be back at it again tomorrow here at Hobart Detter. First game at 3 o'clock. Whether the press box crew gets here for the 3 o'clock game remains to be seen. Here's the 0-2. Once again. That one's lined to left field, the base hit. White scores. Malone being waved. He will score. It's a 5 RBI evening for Cade Ward, and the BJs have broken it open again. Now leading 9-4. Brewer goes to second. Malone and White both score on the play. And now designated hitter Wyatt Grant. Still just 1 out in the inning. Grant, the 8th batter of the frame. Been a long 8th inning. You combine both teams at bats in this frame. The pitch. That's in the dirt, back to the screen. Brewer will move to third. Ward will move to second. Tyler DeLong on deck. And if you're a BJ fan, do you start dreaming? I know the press box crew is dreaming. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knees. Grant didn't think so, but the count now 1-1. Right side of the infield in tight. Shortstop Parker De Leon back at regular depth. Third baseman Jacob Gonzalez is even with the bag. Strike call on the outside corner. And it's 1-2 to Wyatt Grant. Now the middle infield, both of them. De Leon at short, Barfield at second, playing back. 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play to the right. Less and less likely that those foul balls are going to be drawing cars. Many a car has been dinged in that parking lot off to the right over the years. 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped. Grant stays alive at 1-2. The wind starting to pick up, blowing toward the left field corner. It's probably been as brisk as it has been all day. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 2. Grant goes down swinging. Now third baseman Tyler Delong. DeLong has some pop, but with the wind blowing as it is now, anything hit to right's going to get knocked down. That's just the way it is at Hobart Detter Field when it blows right to left. First pitch to DeLong. Big swing and it's fouled off. DeLong this evening, 1 for 4. Singled, struck out, flown out to right, and struck out. Here's the pitch. Strike at the knees, and DeLong will hit from an 0-2 hole. 8 combined runs here in the 8th. 4 for each team. The 0-2. In the dirt for a ball. That saves a run. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. DeLong spoils that one by fouling it off to the left. I think in the morning, some runners over on the Martinez Sunflower Trail might find a baseball or two over on the walking trail that runs right along the Arkansas River, just outside Hobart Detter Field. A ball and 2 strikes to DeLong, 4 across inning for the BJs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. But the BJs send 9 to the plate, score 4 on 2 hits. 2 left on. We go to the 9th. Last chance time for the Houston Express. The BJs lead the Express 9-4. Let's get you updated on the rest of day 1 at the NBC World Series. Of course, the Colorado Cyclones here defeated the Hattiesburg Black Sox 5-4 in 10 innings. And then the Denver Cougars defeated Rose Hill 6-5. Hayes defeated the KC Club team 10-0. And then in extra innings, Austin defeated Houston 3-2. That gets you updated on the scores today. 5 games on day number 1. So now Peyton Strambler will try to close it out and get the save. Even though it's a 5-run deficit, he came in when it was much tighter, and his ball 1 to the center fielder, Court Costco. Costco with the hit and 3 trips. The 1-0 pitch from Strambler's outside, ball 2. And here we go again. Nothing is coming easy today here at Hobart Detter Field for anybody. Each team with a 4-run 8th. Bender over for a strike in her half, 2-1. If I heard Brock Campbellman, the BJ's announcers, that here right, pitched by Costco, fouled off to the right. BJ's are going to have to drive to Wichita. They're staying in Wichita. So they'll get home nice and early or late, depending on how you look at it, get back to their hotel. And that was scheduled 6 p.m. game if they hold on to win against the Monarchs to pitch. Broken bat floated on the left field line, but foul. And the bat ends up over the head of Tyler DeLong right on the infield outfield cut. That bat absolutely blew up into the hands of Costco. So Court Costco gets a new piece of lumber and will step back in with a 2-2 count on him. Aaron Funk, still the pitcher of record. The pitch, called strike 3, inside corner, 1 away. So the Express down to their final 2 outs. And it seems like it's been about an hour since Aaron Funk pitched. 14 strikeouts, 2 hits, a 7-inning shutout ball. It's been an adventure ever since, though. Rojas laid on that fastball, and it's 0-1. Rojas 1 for 3, singled in the 8th. That started off the uprising for the Express. The wind in the 0-1. Pumps a fastball, does Strambler right down the chute, 0-2. We were the first game to start today. We're going to be the last game to shut it down on day 1 of the NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. High fly ball to center field. Tranquil going back at the wall. Gone. So Julian Rojas, it's a solo bomb to center field to make it 9-6 BJs. Check that, 9-5. 9-5, my apologies. Scoreboard extra efficient down there, getting that score up fast. So it's 9-5. Now here's Nick LeBee. 3 plate appearances, 3 strikeouts for LeBee. And he takes high ball 1. Day number 1 of the NBC does not want to go quietly. Cued off the end of the bat. Foul will be even in the count, 1-1. One of the blue bloods of the NBC battling a relative newcomer. Swing and a miss by LeBee, and it's 1-2. Burrell, the right fielder, up next. Combined 17 strikeouts by BJ pitching. 1-2 pitch. Make that 18 strikeouts. Called strike 3. And LeBee wears the golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts.
First
18 combined strikeouts by BJ pitching tonight. And the last chance is Burrell. He swings and misses. Burrell pinch hit for Meister in the 8th and struck out. He's 0 for 1. (9-5) the score of the pitch. Shot foul off to the right. Now the Express down to their final strike. Strambler comes set, the 0-2. Misses a little high, 1-2. One, two, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, and the BJs are into the win column at the NBC World Series, powered by Evergy, with a 9-5 win over the Houston Express. That sets up a very intriguing matchup tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, as the BJs will take on the Hutchinson Monarchs. The Express falls into the losers bracket. Totals for the BJs, 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on base. For the Express, 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, 4 left on. The winning pitcher, Aaron Funk, 14 strikeouts of 7-inning, 2-hit shutout baseball. Peyton Strambler will get the save. The loss goes to Brad Wilcott, and that will wrap up day number 1 of the NBC World Series. Again, my thanks to Sarah Peterson and Glenn Grunwald for hanging in with the streams today. Day number 1 complete. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, 3 o'clock, here at Hobart Detterfield. Until then, Steve Carpenter saying so long, everybody.